Now we've got our turkey, okay? It's out of the oven. When you're doing a turkey for a holiday dinner, it's gonna be a lot warmer than this. You wanna let it sit for about 30 to 45 minutes so it gets cool, so you can at least touch the turkey because it can get quite hot. I always like to have a Bear Republic Racer 5 when I'm carving. So what we do is we're gonna take out our little poker.
Tell them what you have set up here.
Oh, I've got a Tupperware right here where I'm going to put the turkey. For right now, since I'm going to be putting the stuff in here and we're going to be eating it later, I just wanted to show you the different pieces and how to break down a turkey. I'm going to put it in here for now. And then I've got this is for my carcass. The carcass is going to create me my nice chicken soup stock. And I'll show you what we put in there.
But normally you would carve this and put it on a platter.
Yeah, I put it on a platter to serve. But right now I'm just going to show you how to break down turkey. So that little thing that we talked about,
Did you show them the little red thing that popped out on the
I already took it out.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is the plastic. That plastic thing, you take the plastic thing out. That's how it looks like. You just dump that. Get rid of that.
We're doing this side.
Always have a few napkins with you. You're always going to need those. Okay. What I like to do is I just take this stuff right here that's kind of falling out of the inside, the stuff that made our turkey juicy. I just like to throw it right in my pan for my stock.
And the stock, you're not going to eat all that stuff.
Yeah,
it's just to make a broth, and it's going to get strained.
It's going to get strained out. So right now we're just putting it in there because we're going to put all of this stuff, including the carcass, in there to make our soup for the next day. That's a beautiful thing. So put it in here like this. Okay, now we're going to go right to the turkey here. Okay, whoops. Okay, so we got some of that out there. Now, what I like to do is I like to cut this skin like this. Now, you can either eat this skin when it's warm, it's pretty good, it's tasty. I always like to take a little bite. You know, sometimes you give it to dogs, whatever.
Not our dog.
Yeah, but
Too fatty.
I just do that. So then I can see the breast and how the breast comes in. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take our knife, go right down the center, like just a little bit to one side of our turkey breast. And we're going to basically just take it.
And you're hitting right up against a bone, right?
I'm hitting it up against that breastbone. And then I'm just going to take the knife and just let it slide, kind of like down the side of the turkey breast, along the wishbone right there. See what I'm doing? I'm just kind of like, just moving it down the turkey breast. Right here, you're going to find a little turkey. See how the turkey breast kind of comes out? That's where the breastbone. And you can cut out basically this entire breast piece can come off. And I like to leave the skin on because it makes for a better presentation. So I just cut it like this. I cut the whole breast piece off just like that. Then what I do is I slice the breast piece like this.
For pieces
Crosswise
to eat,
for
but
pieces.
we're not going to do that right
We're not
now.
going to do that right now. We're going to put that right in here. But again, while you're carving, the good thing about carving is you got to try a little bit.
How is it?
Really good. So then
It smells really good in here too, Louise.
we're going to do the same thing on the other side. See if I got most of that meat off there? And now I'm going to go right down the other side. There's a little thing, kind of like a little center bone, breastbone. And again, I'm going to follow that down. And what happens is there's a little piece that kind of comes up here. Like this, you got to be aware of because you don't want to leave that there. And then you cut it down like this, like that. And again, we're going to have a hole. Got this skin right there. Whoops, I missed a little bit there. Let's go back in there. You can't really mess up here. You're just trying your best. Luckily, the turkey's kind of cool. It's still a little warm, but it's not hot.
And don't cut your hands.
This is a little harder to do when the turkey's super hot. But this is the way you get all the meat. So again, we've got a nice turkey breast that we can slice for our guests. We're just going to put all that right in here. Okay, now we've got a carcass. I like to take some of this meat right here. Now I'm going to take the wings. I don't take the wings off yet because I like to keep them there because it kind of keeps the turkey flat. So then what I'll do is I'll just cut my leg off. Leg just kind of peels up. You get right here in the middle of the leg bone and you just cut it right off. Leg's gone. Cut your leg off. Again, those aren't too edible because they have a lot of tendons in them, but you can pick some meat off there. They're pretty good. Some people like them. Some people like to do that. Again, we got some stuff here that's going to go in our soup stock. And we'll do the same thing over here. Again, pull your thing up. It almost falls off. Basically, just cut it. There you go. There's your leg right there. Now, This is a tail. I like to munch on this later, so I put this right here. Now, what I like to do at this point is I'll cut the thigh off. And the thigh is your dark meat. And there's some people in your family that are gonna like this more than others, but there's a bone right there. You just kind of follow that bone like this. And basically, you're gonna see some of that stuff that we put underneath the skin. But see that little knuckle right there? See how I'm cutting it out of there? I'm cutting the knuckle out and I'm gonna release that entire thigh. There's your thigh. Now, again, you got skin, but see the dark meat? You can tell it's a little bit redder. You can debone this, which is easy to do. Almost comes right off, like so. And then you can take that bone, just put them in your soup stock, and then take your dark meat and you can slice that later. Sometimes the dark meat has like a little bit of a softness, like a fat layer. Kind of good to get that off there. Nobody really wants a fat layer. Get that off. Take the dark meat, we're gonna put it right in there like that. Okay, got a little bit of skin here. We'll just cut that out of the way. Okay, now we're gonna go to the other side. Since we've got our wings holding it, remember we folded the wings down when we put it in the pan. It keeps everything nice and flat, okay? So now again, we're just gonna kind of get in here. I'm gonna try to find that joint. Back in here. If you pull a little bit, you'll kind of see it. It's right there. See it? So then you cut it like that. And basically you pull the whole thigh off. Some of this thigh has like a weird fat layer like I told you about because it's the dark meat. I just take that off and I put it right in the soup pot. Makes for a good soup stock. And we take our dark meat. I just like to debone these right while I'm here. It's really easy. Just take your knife, run it on that thigh bone, put your thigh bone right there. Again, that little fat layer, let's kind of scrape that off, put that aside. Got more dark meat, put more dark meat right in there, like that.
Fat layer. Fat layer.
Oh, I got a fat layer there. Let's take that off, okay? Take that off. See, some of this stuff is just unedible.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good to munch on, but not really good to slice up for guests.
Yeah.
Not too appealing. So now we got all that dark meat there. And now we're to the point where we're just gonna basically take our wings off. Our wings are pretty easy to get off. They basically just cut into them and they will pop just like that. There's your wing. I always take this loose stuff off, get it out of the way. I usually use the wings for a presentation piece, but since they are big, there's turkey wing, I'll do something like this. And I might do this. I might eat this right here because that's pretty good. I will take these wing tips, go like this. I just put those right in there. Got a little wing piece. Do the same thing over here. Wings off. We'll break him apart like that. We'll take that like that. Put him like that. Take a wing tip. Let's cut it right there in the joint. Cut the wing tip off. Put him in the stock pot. There's a nice little morsel for somebody. Now you got this weird looking carcass. Okay, there's one thing you want to do before you put the carcass in the stock pot. On the back side of the carcass, you got this skin that's really soft. Let's get that out of the way. Nice piece of meat right there. All that fatty skin out of the way. But see, you can see there's some meat along that back. You don't want to let that go to waste. So right in here, they have something called an oyster. And if you get it, it's a big chunk of meat. It kind of sits on this back here. It's really nice. It's tasty. It's really tasty. Because it doesn't get a lot of muscle and movement, so it doesn't get worked a lot. So it's kind of tasty, and they call it the oyster.
Are there two?
Yeah, there's two, one on each side. Let's take the oyster off of this side. Pop him right there. We'll look at our back, see if there's any meat we want to take off. I mean, obviously you can just do this. You know, just get some meat if you want it. You don't really need to. Because at this
It'll all
point,
fall off the bone once
this
you
point,
do put it in stock.
take all your stock pot like this. You take this like this, break it in half, throw it in the stock pot, throw it in the stock pot, throw everything in the stock pot, okay? Now, the stock pot, what you do, I don't put the fatty stuff in there. What you do, you fill this up with water. First of all, you cut up about 1 or 2 onions, a bunch of carrots, and some celery and some celery leaves. You put that in there, along with a little garlic, okay? And then you fill it up with water. I like to use chicken stock though. It really makes it a lot better. If you use chicken stock and you do it maybe half and half, 50-50, chicken stock water, fill it up till everything's covered, then just simmer that for a whole day. Then when you're all done, you're gonna strain it with your strainer and just use the juice
As the broth.
as
for
a
your
broth.
soup base.
And then when you get your soup base, then what you're gonna do is you're gonna put in some real carrots that you wanna cut up, because the carrots that you put in there for the soup base, you're gonna throw away. Those are just for simmering. Then you're gonna take some carrots and celery, maybe even some potatoes, a little pasta, put it in there, let it simmer.
Some of the turkey.
Some of the turkey meat in there, some of the dark meat after you've done eating. This is what happens the next day.
Salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper to taste, and that's your soup. So I hope you got a good lesson here. I hope this teaches you something, and I think it'll make a really nice turkey for you. Thank you.